Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, today I actually wanted us to talk about why Ruby should have actually brought up the Silver Eyes in Volume 5, and why this is actually something that's very important and actually needs to be brought up sooner than later. But anyways, so before we get into this discussion, sit back, relax, I hope you all enjoy, and let's go ahead and jump right on into this discussion. Now, of course, when we look at a lot of things, Volume 5 had its problems. I've brought up a lot of this before, but the one thing that was really a big problem is Ruby's character in Volume 5 was just very poorly executed, and it just really felt like she didn't have really that much importance on the plot other than being there. And of course, one thing that could have happened is she could have actually brought up the Silver Eyes, and this actually would have been a very good thing for her character as well as us as the audience to learn more about. The one thing that's actually been a very big problem here, if you look at it, is the relics have really been shoved as a huge importance into the plot, and the thing is that everything at this point has started to really revolve around the relics, and that's the thing about looking at the relics. I mean, yes, I get that they're important, and yes, that they are fighting for these relics, but the thing is, there's a time and place to explain everything. And of course, at this point, it also feels like world building has been a very vital importance rather than developing characters or working on characters. And when we go back to Volume 4, even, the Silver Eyes was something that was even important to Salem, because Salem herself even stated to go after Ruby and to bring Ruby to her. And that shows you that the Silver Eyes show that they have a lot of importance. There's significance to them, to the plot, but the problem is they are not being used. They are not being talked about or really brought up other than, oh, they're important, we need to have these, or we need to try to get the girl with the silver eyes. And that's kind of a problem, because when you look at it like this, world building, it's not bad to world build, but there's a time and place for world building. There's a time and place for setting up world building, and when world building is not being set up appropriately, or at the wrong times when other characters are important, or whenever these characters need to be built up for the plot rather than the world building itself, when the world building should be structured very early on in the early stages of the series rather than in the middle or later on in between. The thing is, this puts characters at the back burner, and it actually makes it so that the world building is the more important part to the series at that point rather than character development or even working on characters in general. And that's the problem, is that at this point, so many things are being thrown into the series, and if you actually look at it, it's actually made Ruby's character feel completely irrelevant, as well as made her really look like she's just there to be a mascot and just move along with the plot at this point. And the thing is, foreshadowing has obviously been another big thing in RWBY, and this just goes for any series in general. Foreshadowing is a good thing. It can be a very good thing in a series, but if you continuously foreshadow and foreshadow and foreshadow things over and over again, then it feels like you're trying to push away the important parts that eventually need to really be discussed. And at this point in time, Volume 5 felt like the perfect time to actually talk about the Silver Eyes. I mean, at this point, Ruby has Crow that she could have actually talked to, which he obviously knows what the Silver Eyes are. He actually knows about them because he even brought that up at the finale of Volume 3, and he kind of touched upon that a little bit of a basis, not the whole entire thing, but talked about how the silver-eyed warriors, are a warrior race, and that, obviously they are a huge threat to Grimm. And this obviously shows that he knows what they are, and that this could have been better explained, and the perfect timing would have probably been before the Battle of Haven. Not only this, but, it just feels like when Ruby was asking questions to both Crow and Ozpin, she could have actually asked Crow this even before this moment. Even in Volume 4, there could have been this opportunity, and this did not happen, and she never asked Crow about the Silver Eyes whatsoever. And this is actually a problem. Not only that, but the Silver Eyes activated within this volume, but I'll get to that in a moment. But the thing is, the other person she could have actually asked was Ozpin, and since he has been reincarnated within Oscar now, he is present again. And the thing about him being present now is that when we look at this, he actually knows, obviously, what the Silver Eyes are. He has lived for 1,000+ years, and this obviously shows you that, yes, he's encountered these silver-eyed warriors before. As a matter of fact, the first statement he makes to Ruby is, "You have silver eyes." Now, that obviously says, hey, I know what those are. They are important. And this shows that they have plot importance, but the thing is, even during the training Ruby had with Ozpin, she could have even then asked him. There were several opportunities where the Silver Eyes could have actually been brought up, and that learning more about this would have actually been a better thing. Now, I understand foreshadowing this, like I said before, it is, something that, brings up interest, but the problem is, at this point, the Silver Eyes could easily be discussed and they could easily be talked about, and, the thing is, they even were revealed again in the Battle of Haven at the Battle Royale. They were shown yet again, but yet we were starting to see, obviously something was happening to Cinder during that moment, but yet again, there was nothing that happened because obviously they just foreshadowed it for a brief moment and then Emerald knocks out Ruby just to leave her helpless and feeling useless again. And that is actually a bad way to present this because, yet again, it shows the foreshadowing of the Silver Eyes and it shows that they have a powerful effect, but without them being presented properly in us not being able to see anything. As a matter of fact, we still don't even know the whole thing that happened between Ruby and Cinder. We just know that Cinder came out with injuries, obviously the Grim Dragon was frozen, and that's about all we really know. And obviously there was a fight there, but nothing has really been touched upon whenever it comes to that situation. We just know things happen. That's the best way to describe that event, is that things happened, and we don't know the rest. I mean, there was obviously a missed opportunity in Volume 5 to talk about the Silver Eyes. And, with Ozpin and Crow being there and Ruby obviously going through a little bit of training as well, this shows that there was an opportunity here that was entirely missed, and that if Ruby could have just learned about the Silver Eyes, it would show her character being more important and relevant to the plot than just standing there asking questions that don't make sense and not really contributing to the plot at all and just standing around doing nothing. But anyways, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did enjoy, hit the video with a like, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and share this with your friends if you found this informative or useful. Well, anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful day. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you. And I hope you all have yourselves a great and wonderful day today, everybody. Take care, everyone.